I'm back. Yeah, you can see from the picture is destroyer deku. Yeah. I left off. I left off with Deku speaking to All Might, Nezu, Aizawa. Um, All Might telling that the presence he probably felt was all for one. Right. No. Deku asks All Might who all for one is. All Might will proceed to talk about his whole backstory, about the injury on his side, how it attacked him most of his internal organs, destroyed them completely, all of that, you know. And Deku just is saying I'm listening, and then Deku asks All Might like, so if it was this all for one guy, do you think you could beat him? As the way you are now, on All Might was probably not, because his time's been, and then suddenly he will poof and turn into his small might form. Then he was kind of saying that he time's been running out, his power's been draining, you know. And that was well, if your power's been draining, how much time have you have left? And he would then slowly, my time's been dropping rapidly. When I was in my prime, it could go all day without stopping. But as after the fight and times progress, I went down from say like 11 hours down to 8 hours. Now I'm only stuck to 3 hours a day. Who knows when when it will fully give out. And actually was so like, that's interesting. And I saw kind of a whole saw. How was that interesting? Like it was so like, well, even though the guy all for one St. Chill's not my spine, it's probably gonna be a decent fight because I haven't really fought anyone that was, you know, worth me going all out. And if always only got 3 hours left, it wouldn't really make much sense for him to ask him to fight me. And as it was like, oh, you wanted to fight? Oh my, young Yarosa? And that was like, well, yeah, he's the number one hero. Who's the best? He would be probably the best person to test my strength out and see where I need to go. But if he doesn't have the time, that could have stand a little stretch. I said, I guess I could probably fight the number one villain then. And on what kind of so would you like to take my court? And that cool, like how he outraised like real like excuse me. And all Mike would then so like yes. My quirk allows me to pass it down to one user to the next. And while he would be explaining this, Deku will start to get like annoyed, and he aura will start to build up and take and Deku so what? You take me for some sort of weakling that I need your quirk to beat him. And I'm putting only pressure upon all three of them in room. Fuck it, even the entire school will start to feel it because Deku take that like in an offensive way. And I'm like under the pressure will start being saying like no, it wasn't anything like that. It was just I need a successor. They are probably the only one that could give my power to Saints. Saints, no one really knows what you're capable of. The court would suit you better. That goes, he was starting pressure out. Like I said, I had planned to give it to this third year, but giving it to someone who everyone knows and are aware of his quirk, just giving him an extra power boost would seem a little odd and make it obvious to someone like All For One that I've given my quirk to him. And that would answer like, well, no offense, All Might, but I don't need your quirk and I don't really want it. So I have my own issues to deal with my own quirk. So I think I have. He would then look at you watch, because yes, you'll be wearing a watch. You know, so like I only have 10 minutes left of lunch, and so yeah. If you'll excuse me, if this is everything, I'll see you at registration, Mr. Aizawa. And he will walk up. And that's what I said. So like, what do you think of him? Well, and it's also like, well, from what I've seen, he's an interesting kid. He has the power, the strength, and the intelligence to make a fine hero, but I believe his temper might be an issue. It seems he doesn't like to be given things. He likes to earn them himself. Well, that's at least what his parents said. And I'm gonna ask his parents, and then I was also like, yeah, they gave us a call explaining it to us that try not to give their son anything. Somehow he takes a great offense to people being generous to him. It's kind of odd. And as also like, well, we do have to respect what he wants, even though it would have been in his best interest. But can I say, maybe you can ask the kid who in his class will make a worthy successor to you, All Might. Just giving him a little insight, it could help. That could work. I'll think about it. And then we'll just cut back to Deku. Deku will be walking to the cafeteria when he will butt upon Monoma doing he will wait, let me Monoma no, I will change it. Then we'll butt upon somebody like Monoma will just be like, Mona will just be like, well, if it isn't class 1A, you know, just, I ain't know how to do a Monoma, just be like, how Monoma is, man, I can't think of name he was so right now, because I don't really fuck with he character. He was just like, it must be nice being in the top class. I don't know, some cheesy shit he was someone. I can't think of name. And then you actually class on it and be like, well, who was this saying? Who was this something though? I almost said Kenny Morrow. Denki was just like, well, it's not all bad. The class is kind of interesting, plus the girls are kind of cute. And then one also like seems like one of your top students had to go to the office. Guess your class isn't nothing special since you're already in trouble. And they could just walk behind you, so like, who's in trouble? And Momo asks, so like, what did the principal want from you? He said, nothing. They just wanted to talk to me. He was nothing. It was just him, Mr. Islam, and All Might wanted to talk to me about the little pressure I put upon the campus earlier when we were testing our quirks. They just asked me not to do it again. And people were hearing it, and people was like, what? He meant All Might? It was that little guy that released all that pressure on us. His quirk is able to do that. You know what? He would then walk up one of my us. I was like, so who's this guy? And so like, and you don't know. We believe he's from class 1B. He just came and started complaining about, oh, he's not in our class, and just being annoying. I'm gonna how who's being annoying? You're just here for one day and you're already stuck up. You know, just being one of my. And that was so well, whatever. Let's get lost, because clearly it was a reason. It was a reason we were handpicked to be in 1A, and you to be wherever the hell you are. And then Mono would start so saying I can't do a hitting Baki head. And she would come up so sorry about that. But you know, we're all going to school here, so why can't we get along? And Deku said, excuse me. And she was like, yeah, I kind of overheard what you said about us. I mean, it's only been the first day. You don't have to be so cocky, you know. And I also like, is that some sort of joke? Your classmate over there came to us first and started talking nonsense. But I'm assuming you didn't overhear that part. And she would kind of like, no. And that could start saying, so like, well, here's a little advice. If you're planning to be a hero, make sure you get both sides of the story first. Before you start to assume. Emphasis on the ass. And Kendall, like, I guess she would feel embarrassed, I think. I don't know. And she would walk along, she would pick up Monoma and start to drag me at it. And who would it be? Ashida, that's her name, the pink girl. Also like, whoa. Your brother's kind of a blunt person, isn't he? I'm almost like, yeah, he is, but he's actually kind of a nice guy, you know? And just, if you say so. Anyways, that lunchtime would pass, and then they would go back to class, then we go through, like, normal classes, and then we go through normal classes. Yeah, normal classes. And then school be over. So the limo will come for Deku and Momo, and Deku will tell the driver that he's gonna take a little stroll home first, so we can take Momo home. I'll be there in just if our parents ask where I am, just tell them I didn't want to camps. Hopefully they know. Hopefully they'll understand. And the mom just like, of course, Master Deku or whatever. Car drive low. Deku will start to walk instead of flying because he just feel like taking a stroll. Because he reflecting on what All Might said. But all for one, I think, and one for all. And he'll be walking, and then he would bump into a girl. Not a grown girl, but a little girl. A little girl with silver hair and a horn on her head. If you know, you know. And Deku and Mila asked the girl, like, is she okay? And Eri was so like, yes, sorry for bumping into you. You know, but saying it isn't showy. And Deku noticed, like, the bandages around she had on that thing. And he was so like, and Deku then so like, are you sure everything's okay, little girl? And she was like, Eri. Deku said, what? My name is Eri. And then, nigga, you know, Overhaul. Overhaul will come out and so like, Eri. You know, and she calling she name, it immediately like put fear in she like, and Deku would notice that. I see that she like starting to tremble and thing. And Deku asked, do you know him? She would start like, she would still be trembling. And overall, so like, this is my daughter. She, as you can see, she's a pretty clumsy girl. And she kind of gets lost everywhere. Deku's so like, And then he was so like, well, you should take her to the hospital. I was like, no, she's fine. Her flu bruised this cat further. And Deku started to glare here. She was, she was, so she's fine, I think. And I feel so, And he would immediately, this is exactly what I'm talking about, immediately rush Overhaul without Overhaul seeing. I hate he got. Not killing me or anything, you know, just like enough force to like knock you out. And Deku will look at Eri so well. I'm not an idiot, but I could clearly tell he wasn't a nice guy. And you're shaking like you were scared of him. So he would then hold on Eri and ask her like, if you don't mind, would you like to come and live with me? And he would then explain like, you'll be away from that bad guy over there, and I'll be kind of like your big brother, essentially. And I promise that that guy over there won't get near you again. And Eri was like, nod she head. I believe she is like, well, she's like 6. She's like 6 or 5 or 7 or 6. So one entry numbers. Definitely correct. I believe she is. And Deku was so fun. Okay, let's go. And Deku would pick she up and immediately like fly off. And he would tell she like, hold on. And then some goons will come in front of Overhaul gang and they're so like, Master Overhaul, what happened? You know, shaking and trying to wake you up, I think. And yes, I skipped all the way to that season just to bring she in. Because she's going to be useful. Either way. And Deku will land back home and so like, I'm home and he would got like Eri. He would got like Eri and he arms, I think. And she'll be like dying it and he walking in. It's so like Momo will be there in the Momo will be walking on these steps because she don't get one to and she did like changing off and she closed off the bed and everything. And then Momo asks like, who is this? Who is the girl? Who's the girl? And that he was explaining like everything to no. After she come downstairs, she was asked like who's the girl, and that he was so well. When mom and dad get home, we might be having a new sibling. She'll be like, what? And then when the parents get home, that could then explain to them like who the little girl is, and all of that, and stuff, and she and the father on us, so like, well, we'll send one of the servants to send her to an orphanage, and they could answer, is that supposed to be some kind of bad joke? And he saw she be like, why would we keep her here? And that could obviously, you've got to be kidding me, right? And he was saying, no, I'm dead serious. And that could then tell you like, we're keeping her, whether you like it or not. Even if she has to stay in my room and I have to cook for her myself, she's staying. And he would honestly, then he would start to talk and go hit you back head and be like, of course she's staying. Why would we get rid of a girl that's in danger? And he saw she be like, what? And he was so good. That was so good. And he would answer like, hey Momo, could you possibly help her bed and stuff, because can't really do it myself. I'm on with just it's no problem. So after she eat, she would come down after the little bath, the quick bath that Mama helps you in. And Mama will tell Deku every change in like when she did help and she bathed, she saw like right. Sorry about that. And Mama then explained to Deku like she saw like a bunch of scars upon Aries' hands. And she, so like she can't begin to wonder what she's been through. And that started like grit his teeth and me like vexed, cause some boy had that sort of mentality to the bad kid. And everyone calmed down with a little close and thing, and that was so like, hey, Eri. And she was like, huh? Is there any place you would like to go tomorrow? Anything you want to do? And she'll be like, no. Just like sad and timid right now. She'll be like, no. And that cool, and like, alright, well, let's go down and eat. And she will start to like, what's the word? Start to get close to Deku. She'll be like tightly on the he and everything, like just like slightly clingy, but not like how some people would be in like a relationship or anything. So just feel like protective around him. And Deku was like asked and called like if she could help him get adoption papers for Eri while he's at school tomorrow. And she was so like, wow, you're fully serious about keeping her, aren't you? And Deku was so like, yeah. I told her I'll be her older brother, and that the guy who had her will never get her again. Is something wrong? And she was like, no, it's just nice to see you, to see how sweet you are, man, sometimes. And I was like, huh? And every like tag point he sleep, my ass, he like, and she would point at the food and ask like, what is it? And that was so like his what's saying fantasy rich people eat. That was so saying like is a steak. Is it okay for you? And she was so like she's never eaten a steak. And I put out well, so what do you want to eat then? She was still saying like that's taking long like some little children just do to decide what they want to eat. And she would ask like, can I have some pasta? And that was alright. Some pasta and meatballs coming right up. And that would just like walk in the and ask the chef if he could make some meatballs where he create the pasta. A little time passed and he would put the food in front of her and be like, bon appetit. And she would start eating, so like it's delicious, like that's being sweet. I think that is like, well, I did have some help creating it, since it would have taken a while for me to do it myself. And she was just be nice and said, thanks Mr. Chef, that's thing, but not like she would still be timid and thing. Yeah. So some time would pass, that could be doing some training, little homework, I think. And everyone asks he like, what is he? She would ask like, is it okay if she stays in here with him for the night? Saying she room like, saying the guest room is like completely dark and thing, and that was so like sure. So she will lay down and like drop sleep with Deku. The be on the opposite side of the sheet. The next thing she would no, not the next day. During night she would start to like shake kind of thing from like low fear. Well, I got like nightmares what overhaul used to do one thing, and through all that shaking, Deku would wake up and Deku would hug she and whisper, so like, there's nothing to be afraid of, Eri. I promise you, I'll be here with you, and I'll protect you. And now she was starting to like, not about to sleep. So then we'll be a cut down and Eri be like stick on to Deku like glue. And let me see. I don't believe that Yarozu has got good security. I don't believe she's school. Nah, not yet. Deku will hold on to, after getting ready for school, Deku will hold on to Eri. So like, I'm heading to school. I'll be back by 3:05. You guys so like, I'll be back like at 3:15 or around that time or so. So if you want anything, don't hesitate to ask. Ask the maids, the chefs, or anything. But for right now, you can't go outside cause I still have to deal with the guy that had you before, and I don't know who's with him and who's not. So just to be safe, can please stay inside till I get back. And I really like nod she had. I say yeah, and that feels so good. And how about this? If you behave well enough, I'll come home and I'll give you a treat. Okay? Surely. So like yeah, I think and that could belong to school with Momo. I think and Momo so like Momo will hug Arian so like don't worry. With our big brother around, no one's going to hurt you again. And she had that tag along. Now, to school now, as prayers, whatever done, All Might will come in, treat her like a normal person, and tell them like they can't be a great hero without a costume, yada yada yada. And he would give them like kisses. I think a deku one would be like completely different. It normally I remember the kisses got like the was he school name? I remember his school, the UA, right? It got like the UA symbol, I think. But upon Deku one, it will got like the Capsule Corp logo upon it. It's the same. It's just some. We feel like it's so like Yoraka will be like, hey, All Might, how comes ours have the US symbol, but Izuku one has a different symbol? And All Might will say, yes, of course, I forgot. Well, you all gave your designs to UA, so our team can create it for you. I can't remember the name. It seems like the briefs has saying young Izuku here his own personal equipment, and they'll be like the briefs. They're the best people that made. They're the greatest inventors of our time. They created amazing technologies and shit like that, you know. And then Kaminari, no, not Kaminari. What the hard fella, you know. What the red headache? I forget his name. Fuck, I forget his name. Either way, since I can't remember his name, Orako turned no, not Ida. Kirishima, that's his name. I remember. Kirishima, it's like, so how comes the best one of the richest families in America sent you your own personal equipment? And that could just knows. I'll be like, yeah. They never just look at Momo and Momo. So like you guys know in the Sludge villain incident happened, and she was so like, yeah. They was so like, yeah. She was also like, well, my brother over here is the one who defeated that villain, and the person that the villain was holding was actually the daughter of the CEO of the company, just started with that, and everyone will be like surprised, I think. And that cool pick your kids, and so like, and then they'll be like, that cool, so like, kind of told them not to really intervene or go through my personal life. Seems like I should have made myself more clear. So some time will pass, and well, everybody done change off to their suits. Deku would come out, and Deku would be wearing the Ting beers. No. Oh, wait. Broly designers be with a pants and a jewelry, right? Like the old school Broly. Not this new one, the old school one. Yeah, it is be he beer chest on just like pants and boots. Nah, I don't want that. I guess he got the same outfit as Beerus. So he will got like the gold bracelets on his wrist, gold band up to his bicep, a gold one on his neck, and a little piece of an earring on his earlobe. He outfit colors will be red and black. And I don't really like the shoes Beerus and goes with instructions as we wearing. So I guess just for shits and giggles, he got on the same boots as Goku. So yeah, that's the design. Everybody was like, whoa. And that could be like, what? And all the girls be like, all the girls just be like, yeah. Sorry about that interruption. I forget paying me the video. Well, fuck it. I remember to keep my door locked. Yes, they clearly ain't got the sort of manners to knock. But either way, let me see now. What would I tell them, like, they'll be splitting up and it'll be a heroes versus villains event today. And we'll draw from the random box and we'll decide who's on whose team and who's, all that shit. And on the villains team is going to be should I put Deku as a villain or should I put it as normal? I can put he as. But the hero team is going to be here. The hero team is going to be Todoroki and Bakugo. And the villain team is no. Oh wait, well then no. We just drift back for a sec. Oh wait, let's explain that since a student was expelled from Mr. Aizawa, there's an odd amount of students now. So one of you will be by yourselves. We move forward, and then now it is the hero team will be Todoroki and Bakugo versus young Izuku. So he told them as heroes, Midoriya is a villain. Izuku is a villain, not Midoriya. Clay, no Midoriya's in this series. And then he just saying like Invisible Girl said like, well, that's not really fair. And Deku stretch and so like, well, at least it seems like it'll be fun. So he'll walk home, I think. I put the ear up. the voice piece of heat here. So like, well, ish. He would then ask, and then you would then ask like, oh my, like, Saints like mostly all the heroes that ran in. He would then ask, oh my, like, was he time span for the villains to win? I like that. So like, even you either have to incapacitate your opponents, or you have to wait like till the timer's up. And it was I guess it seems better than nothing. So he'll walk in your room and he'll start to like, he'll pick up the bomb and put it rest upon his shoulders and start to move it to like he would move it to the highest floor. Yes. He would move it to the highest floor. And then once it's set, what was the time? It was like 10 minutes or something. I would say it's 10 minutes. He'll say call it to like 10 minutes. He'll start to walk back those stairs and like sit down on the third floor step. Just sitting there menacingly. And when we're doing all for it to begin, that could just be there saying though, facing the steps, not moving. He wouldn't be just be saying on facing. He back would be against the wall, and he would just be there looking. And Todoroki will walk in and like start to freeze the entire building, and Deku will be like, oh, that's interesting. So one of their quirks is ice, and when it would start to like freeze, he would like Deku. So he would just move his foot and it would sound like a shockwave down to the bottom. I said, well, he isn't nothing very special. And even though the ice would still be there to the bottom floors, it wouldn't go past part Deku put the energy up. So I guess I'll say nothing about Todoroki and Bakugo, because really and truly, we all know they wouldn't really make a plan to defeat Izuku. So so we're not really met the Saints discussing that. So yeah, he would then hear like Bakugo yelling and screaming and thing flying up the room with explosions. That was like, another one's quirk is explosions. And that sounds like the loud one. Alright. Then he just get up and like, well, it's time to win this. And Bakugo will blast up his fat and tell him, there you are. I kind of like owe you for what you did to my ears yesterday. And Deku so what's he wearing now? Turn he back and like drop his foot on his no. And Deku he was still like, well, I told you to use the earplugs yesterday, but you didn't. When Bakugo he would try to like right hook Deku with that explosion, and it would hit Deku, but it wouldn't do nothing because he's still surrounded by the aura, and he was like, that's interesting. So it can also nullify certain quirks if they get too close to me. That's kind of useful. And if you don't know, the Earth can stop like you can nullify like energy and thing. Plus, if Actual Rock Super, then Torpo transform till he got a destruction mode. Any energy attack will then instantly destroy, but it's saying like that. So yeah, that's just like a clarification. And then that was so like that's good to know. And he would then hold Bakugo, but he fears some like no. What's the same brutal he would do? He would then roundhouse kick Bakugo, and he's like kicking him right through like 2 walls, and instantly teleport in the part he was, and dropping a kick like straight down. It's like he got, and he will be starting up like home Beerus is be starting up, but he has behind he bought. He's like, well, that's one. Where's the other one? Bro, ain't all my plenty party boy else watching, then be like, whoa, he barely used his quirk. This guy seems he found who the no. He barely used his quirk, and he completely destroyed Bakugo. And so some of that was so like, I'm kind of glad that you didn't have to go against him. Some was like, yeah, if he was on our and if we got lucky and he was on our team, we could have probably been one even faster. And but then still like kind of glad he isn't a villain either. Who knows? Maybe he'll give me a run for my money. And some of the students will be like, whoa. Even All Might said maybe he's strong. And I saw like Kirishima honestly more how these Zuko walks so strong. More blabbering because so like he kinda after we found one of our quirks for a few years ago, he kinda started training from that day forth before he goes to sleep or anything. Alright, sorry about that. I might go a little clip at it there. Well, either way, alright, set my phone at 15, alright. Kirishima, where left off now. Kirishima will ask like, no, after then, alright, All Might was then so like after everyone done made their stand, it's like, if he was a villain too, it seems like he would give me a run for my money. Luckily, he decided to become a hero. Like, and then like start to laugh, and the rest of these students were like, "Whoa!" Even All Might, it seems like he would even be a match for All Might. That's amazing. Whoa. Then they would caption stuff like that. Like what? Did he just say like if he was a villain he would give him a run for his money? And Momo was like, well, to be fair, he kind of was thinking of becoming one, but he said it wouldn't really be fun just doing the same thing over and over again, and he didn't really need the money or anything, so he decided to become a hero. And they were like, the students were like, whoa, that's kind of weird. And she was like, yeah, even I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised he's this strong because after our course activated a few years ago, he just started to train it. He's just started to train his physical body and even had instructors on how to fight. Hell, before he even goes to sleep on the night, he spends like 2 hours training his body. And he's been doing it since we were like 6. And then we're like, whoa. Christian, so like, no wonder he said I want to be able to find his training regimen. I was like, interesting. This kid's he actually knows how to fight as well. Maybe it would have been interesting if we fought. Reminiscing to what Deku said earlier. Still not 15. Alright, cool. Then back to the fight. Deku will like stand there with his eyes shut, and he will start to sense like where Todoroki was. And Todoroki was walking and now be heading his way up to like the last flight of stairs when he's second story, getting into the third story. And Todoroki be telling himself, I wonder what that noise was earlier. And that goes like, if you're wondering what that noise was earlier, it was your teammate getting sent through a few walls. Right now he should be down below groveling and in great pain. And Todoroki will like shoot ice at Deku. Well, he reappear back up the flight of stairs, the third flight of stairs back at the top. And Deku's like, that's interesting. And Todoroki was like, what is? Cause he called Deku easily. Deku purposely get catching ice. I was this. And after he gained ice, he was like, that's interesting. And Todoroki was like, what is it? What's interesting? He's like, one of my abilities is I can sense people's energy and somehow even their quirks. And yours is kind of interesting. It seems like half your quirk is cold and the other is hot. So I guess you're an icy hot type of guy. Todoroki's like, what? And Deku just like flinch. Not flinch. That ain't wrong word. He didn't flinch. He just like move his muscles and back out the ice and stuff. Whew. That was cold. Guess that's the only thing your quirk's got going for you. Why not hit me with a fire blast though? And Todoroki was still like, never. As if I'll use my fire. You probably aren't even worth my time. Or something being arrogant, and he was trying to shoot ice again, and Deku was still like, well, can't say I did my hands. And he would like stomp his feet, and it would like destroy the stairwell. I think part Todoroki is. And Todoroki would try to like straight down to the bottom floor, and he was still like, and Deku got like, he key blasts and he had actually he normal key blasts look like atoms. That's how he last move was. And he would actually like, hopefully this doesn't really kill you, but if it does, I'll take full responsibility. So he will like drop down like a key blast. And Todoroki would be like trying to guard against the key blast, but it would be like a decoy, and Deku would just like drop down upon his face, stand up on his face, And he was so like, And I said, like, yeah, should have listened to me and tried to use your flare cord. Maybe the fight would have lasted a bit longer. But hey, I'm kind of glad it's over. I guess I was expecting too much from you guys. So, like, yeah. All my was still like the villain team wins and stuff like that. And how it was still like Deku was the MVP of this today's event, since he wasn't merciful to the heroes, and it clearly seemed like he toyed around with them. Then it was like, in a real event, some villains are like that. Don't expect mercy from some villains, and some villains toy around. You may be able to exploit that, but if you aren't lucky enough, that person, even though they're toying around, they could possibly take your life. Gain a little realization to the class that it isn't really fun at games out there when they become like real heroes. Their life will always be on the line. You might have them against like a burglar or on your handgun or saying. If them truly unlucky, something easily can take them life. And then he was so like, and he was so like, well, you guys can go and change and head to your next class. And they could just like start to walk now, and Kirsch and Momo's like, nah, no Momo, who would make a good hero? Nah, and keep it as that. And then it was like, you know, somewhat like Floppy was so like, no, you don't have to be so vicious with them. And like, well, no, actually, I saw like did. And then just walking on my beach chamber all my time. Just like, guess he's a little cold-hearted as well. Yeah, it's where I left this off right here. I'm probably doing next one tomorrow because I already got nothing else to do. Plus my phone got charged. So yeah, hope you enjoyed.